My name is Visari Asuci. I'm coming from the Kosovo campus at RIT Kosovo UK, and I will invite the president of RIT Kosovo to give her opening remarks and also the achievements for the past year. President Hart, please take the floor.
Thank you. Well, we are very, very happy to be here. And let me also, if I could, because in a few minutes I'm going to be introducing our board chairman, and who will be introducing our board. But we're also very happy to have some of our folks from Kosovo here with us this evening. You've already met Visar, and if I could just have waves wherever you folks are. I've got Hassan. Where are you, Hassan? Okay, Hassan back there in the back. You can't miss him. Hassan is our head of procurement at the university. Albina, where are you, Albina? Back there as well. Okay, Albina, who's been with the university for a number of years, is our she's the manager of the RIT Academic Affairs Unit. We have our Dean of Faculty. Is Kamal here yet? I know I heard he was stuck in traffic. Okay, we'll be here momentarily. And so again, on behalf of the faculty and the staff and the students of the university, welcome to each and every one of you. And also we want to also welcome our dignitaries who are here in the audience with us this evening. And we will have a chance to introduce some of these folks here in a few minutes. And especially our supporters, who are all of you who are here tonight. And we also want to thank, and one of the biggest groups I want to always thank are our students, our graduates. We are now over 1,300 graduates who are spread across the world, many of them here in the United States. We have some of them here this evening, and some you will be hearing from momentarily tonight. The University, RIT Kosovo, still known quite often as AUK, or the American University of Kosovo, was started over 15 years ago. And over these years, it truly has become the institution in our country. And it is one that is so highly regarded that we wanted to be able, if we could, to share with you some of the facts of what has been going on with our students and with our graduates. So, let me just say, first of all, this is a very interesting one. We represent our university. Right now, we have less than half of 1% of all of the students who are pursuing a bachelor's degree are right now attending RIT Kosovo. But what is interesting is when you look at, for example, the students when they graduate, approximately 1/3 of all students who come here to the United States for their master's degree come from our university. So as I say, we may have a very small footprint back in our country, but in reality, we have a very large footprint around the world. And we really are sending a terrific number of students, especially to the United States, to be pursuing their their master's and their doctoral studies. And they go to universities all over. We've got, of course, RIT, which is our partner university back in the United States here. But we also have students going to every place from Yale, they go to Iowa, they go to Vanderbilt. You can look at Georgetown. So many of these fine universities, you will find our graduates. And the same thing back across the pond. You'll find our graduates everywhere from Oxford to Cambridge to the very, very top universities over in and across Europe. So we really are very, very proud of these 1,300 plus graduates. And when we look at these students, we know that about 63% of our students go on and they're doing master's degree. And 75% of those students receive 100% scholarships to do their studies. So again, it talks about the type of students who are coming out of our great university. One other wonderful fact I like to put out there often, and many of us know at times that Kosovo still struggles within Europe. We do have we have the highest unemployment rate in Europe. Our students are at 95% employment after they graduate. And so I think this really speaks volumes about the education, about the quality of our programs that we are offering to our students, because in reality, they're getting a fantastic degree with our partner, Rochester Institute of Technology. Their degree comes from RIT. And many of our students also like to come over here and spend even their senior year studying at RIT, so they really get that firsthand experience of what is it like to really be living in the United States and earning that RIT degree. So again, on behalf of all of us back in Kosovo, thank you for being here this evening. Now, what we have done tonight, we do have gift bags for every one of you here this evening. In the gift bag, you will find, and I really hope that you will take the time and you will go through our accomplishment report for this past year. It highlights our key faculty. It highlights our many, many accomplishments, what our students are doing. It talks about the great retention efforts we have, which really is the highest of all of the RIT campuses across the globe. So we really have some fantastic stories that we want you to read about in our accomplishment report. So please this evening, make sure that you leave with this, because I think again what you will find is your presence here is not only reflecting your commitment to our institution, but I really want you to see firsthand what we are doing. And so again, thank you all for being here, and I look forward to hopefully welcoming each and every one of you in Kosovo when you visit us next. Thank you.
Thank you, President Hart. The person coming here needs no introduction, I think, in New York. So I'm just going to leave the floor immediately.
You don't have to introduce.
Mimrama, good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ron Sami. I'm here to welcome you here on behalf of the board. Many of the board members are here tonight. I want to just say who they are. You see Nancy Becka back there. She's Croatian, but we still love her. Edmund Soku is in the back there. He'll be speaking later. The handsome guy with the bow tie is, of course, Safo Boga. Other board members who are here, I'm not sure. Oh, Richard's there. Richard Myers. And Jim Myers, of course. Jim's going to be speaking. And then Ardi Shita came all the way from Pristina. Thank you. And Donjeta. Yeah, Donjeta, where is Donjeta? Donjeta is the very tall young woman, actually one of our graduates. So we have two graduates from our university are now board members, and Ardian is the other handsome guy with the bow tie there. I want to thank my uncle Yavgarim. I think half the New York Debrans are here. So I also want to thank my mom who's here tonight. She just had a birthday. She turned 59 again. 49, sorry. My job really tonight is I am the current chair of the board, and I've been on the board for 15 years now, and we all know the difficulties that Kosovo and Albania have. But there's one thing it has as a resource that's unparalleled, which is the youth. The youth of this country is amazing. There's a lot of them. The demographics are incredible. Between the ages of 15 and 35, there's an enormous population. They're incredibly dynamic. They're very, very talented, very smart, but they don't have opportunity. I have some cousins here today who, they were lucky to be born in this country, and that's the only difference between them. And the AUK is all about this. It's to give an opportunity to incredibly talented people who otherwise wouldn't have opportunity. So thank you for your support. It's an amazing place. It's been a very, very special part of my life, and it's really great to share it with you. As I said, I'm the third chair. I want to acknowledge the person who was the second chair who's not here tonight, but you'll see he's one of the platinum sponsors. Everyone knows Richard Lucage. I think of all the people who've been involved in this, he's probably given the most, not just financially, but time and effort. So if everyone wouldn't mind. And then the first chair, Ambassador Bill Walker, I'm going to introduce in a second. You haven't lived, if you haven't traveled with Bill back in the early 2000s through Pristina. It was like being with Elvis. You know, the crowds apart, and it was just wonderful. And that's because if you go back, and I would encourage the young people to go Google it, of what he did back when it counted, when the horrible events of Rachak happened, the world was watching, and he stood up and said that this is a crime against humanity. It changed everything. And it's not just because he said it, it's because of who he is and who he was at the time, which is an incredibly respected, well thought of person, so that when the administration in DC, when the Clinton administration heard it coming from him, it changed everything. And it's not an exaggeration to say thousands upon thousands of lives were saved. So if you're a Kosovar, if you're an American, you should go up and personally thank him. If you go to Rachak today, incredibly, there is a statue, a full-size statue of him. And so just think about this, you know, to have a statue in your honor just shows you've lived a special life, but to have a statue in your honor while you're still alive, that means you're the man. So before bringing Bill up here to say a few words, I also think as an American, to have people who devote their lives to things like diplomacy is, especially now, really an underappreciated thing. So, you know, what he did in El Salvador, and all his entire career, we all owe him a debt of gratitude. So, I don't know if I can brag any more about you, Bill, but it's not enough. So, without further ado, Ambassador Walker. All right.
What the hell is that?
It's all with minerals from Kosovo. So,
Another problem we got was rocks. Wow, I'm overwhelmed with the crowd, and I obviously want to say where's Ambassador Chikaku? She's back there someplace. Oh, there you are. Hi, Laura. Ailta, you're here?
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming, 3 ambassadors. You've heard the nice things that were just said about people in diplomacy. Listen, I was involved with Katie. I call it AUK. I don't call it RIT, parentheses, Kosovo, or whatever it is.
AUK is good.
AUK is what I call it. Back in 2002, 2003, with people like Ron, with Jim Myers, with a whole bunch of other people, we started pushing for something like AUK without, I think, really thinking that we were going to be able to put together something which Dr. Hart just described. I sort of separated myself from AUK about 7 or 8 years ago, when I could not resist getting involved on the perimeter of the political situation there, thinking that I could somehow maybe help to make a difference there as well. I have to admit that I failed miserably in that endeavor. But when I go around and talk to Albanian audiences, especially Kosovo audiences, I always bring up AUK, and I always say, you know, a couple of things I've been very proud of in my involvement with that part of the world. Oh, by the way, I was also involved with Croatia, so whoever was from Croatia, I'd love to talk to you too. You know, I'm proud of what Ron mentioned about Rachak and the monument. It's actually 3 times my size. Much bigger than you described. I'm really proud of 2 things. One is what was done just before the bombing started. but the other is what I did and how I got involved with and helped create this incredible institution called AUK or RIT, parentheses. It's everything the good doctor said. It is an amazing institution. I would only hope that instead of all the graduates going overseas and getting graduate degrees outside of Kosovo, I would hope they would all come back to Kosovo and participate in what I hope is a coming change in generation among the political class. I think that's what Kosovo really needs. But until that happens, I'm not going to die. I'm going to wait till I see it happen. So it better happen very quickly. I really am. It's one of the two things I'm proudest of in my involvement with Kosovo. The Kosovars are an incredible people. They have some incredible, we started talking early on about only getting the best and the brightest of the young people of Kosovo, and not just from Pristina, but reaching out to the villages, reaching out to the other geographic parts of the country. And that has been done, because if you go over there, I insist you go up to the campus, I insist you talk to a few of the students, and you will be absolutely amazed at what you will discover. The best and the brightest, the best educated, the most able to carry Kosovo to what the future holds for it. So I'm delighted to be here tonight, delighted to see all of you, friends of the university, and I was told I have 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Is Father here? Someone told me there was a young lady in red and
Good evening, everyone. So, actually, I'm not here to make a speech. I have a rather big one today at the UN. Tonight, I have a more important job to do. My job tonight is to introduce a true friend, a wonderful woman, a terrific colleague, and an exceptional mother. We're here talking about AUK. I've had the honor to visit the university several times, and I must say the quality of education and the quality of students, more importantly, is easily comparable to the best US has to offer. And I've had the honor to meet in that university 2 beautiful young girls who later grew up to come and study in US under full scholarship from US and Kosovo governments. And just by coincidence, those 2 beautiful girls, twins by the way, happen to be the beautiful daughters of my colleague, the ambassador of Kosovo in New York, Teuta Sahacia. So I believe that being a great mother is far more challenging than being a great ambassador. Have you accomplished to do both? I don't know, but I salute you and I invite you to take the floor. Thank you.
What can I say after my friend's speech? Only that very accomplished and strong woman, as my friend Laura, is able to praise others. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be a friend of you and to witness your beautiful, great job that you are doing in Washington and everywhere. Thank you. So what about my daughters? My daughters have a lot of friends here tonight, and I felt really, really home and really proud that a lot of young girls and boys, especially girls, but I see them more here, are those who shine, not only in Kosovo. They came to America and other places, took a wonderful, strong education, And Ambassador, where is Walker? Most of them are home. They are in Kosovo. They are building new Kosovo. They are building new politics, new economy, new education. And we are proud of your work, of your President Hart, and everyone here who established AUK, now RIT, and who are really witnessing the bright future of Kosovo. It is not by accident that quality education is one of SDGs, of Sustainable Development Goals. And the education is in fact not only today, but is future of tomorrow in a full sustainable state. Thank you for all the work that you are doing. Thank you for continuing strong forward. And thank you that through your work and your now big army of 1,300 plus, as Ms. Hart said, that you are really making change. Thanks a lot. I'm proud to be here, a proud mother and a proud diplomat to represent my country and talk here today about AUK. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ambassador Chitaku, Ambassador Sarchia. A lot of these achievements will not be possible without the great partnership we have with Rochester Institute of Technology, which is the mother university that delivers the degree in Kosovo. So I would like to invite Dr. James Myers from RIT, who is also a board member, just to share his remarks here.
Thank you so much. What a privilege and an honor it is for me to be able to talk among the groups of people who just came up here. On a personal note, the best thing I've ever done in my life is be involved with the American University of Kosovo and the American University in Kosovo Foundation. It's bar none. There's nothing else I've done that stands in comparison to this. RIT is very proud of this partnership. Frankly, it's our opportunity in a lot of ways. We're an extraordinary university, but extraordinary universities are made by the extraordinary projects that they take on. And this is one of those projects. In 1999, when we started having conversations about creating this place, no one could imagine that there would be a university in Kosovo. There was no lights on in Pristina, there were nothing but generators running in the streets, and there wasn't water in much of the city. And that there is now a place that has an alumni base like this with extraordinarily accomplished people like the ambassador's daughters, and that can bring out really such an august and wonderful group as this, is a testimony more to the group of people who came together to create it than it is to my university. But my university is very proud of the fact that we've played the role that we have. We're indebted to Ambassador Walker, we're indebted to Ron Sami and Rich Lukai and people like Michael McClellan and so many people who over the years have played a role in creating and sustaining this institution. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of you for being here and for supporting this project. It has a great future, and I'm excited to have been a small part in the beginning of this thing. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Jim. And I would like to invite one of the previous scholarship recipients, an alumni of RIT Kosovo and currently a board member, Ardian Hasanay, just to share his story. And after Ardian, we will be playing 2 videos of current students, scholarship recipients thanking you, and then we'll have time to chat and enjoy. Ardian, please.
Ambassador Walker, Ambassador Chitaku, Ambassador Sarchia, friends and supporters of AUK. I want to start off by telling you how unfortunate I was back in 1999 when the largest massacre took place in Kosovo. About 400 people were killed within a day. And I never thought that I would share the floor with Ambassador Walker, having seen this basically since in January in 1999. So, thank you. As a matter of fact, we also lost 8 family members. And if Ambassador Walker could raise awareness of the international community of all that happened, I urge you to raise awareness about RIT-AAK Kosovo and how great institution this is. Please share positive vibes. This event is not about fundraising only. This is about sharing stories, as President Hart mentioned. And I can tell you, we have Donita, our friend here, who employs 20 people. My friend in Kosovo, who employs 70 people. People working for the government. And all those small institutions, the impact is immense. So please share the story and please contribute. It doesn't matter whether you give $10,000 or $100,000 or 10 euros. That really doesn't matter for as long as you give back. It is my honor and privilege to sit on the board and share. I was privileged and honored to receive a scholarship from RIT Kosovo. And had it not been for RIT Kosovo, I surely would not have received full scholarship from Johns Hopkins University, where I completed my master's. So again, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for continuous support, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you, Adrian. The students have lectures, so they cannot travel here and enjoy this this event. That's the downside of being a student. You have to be on class no matter what. But we have captured their thank you note, and we will play them on TV immediately. Thank you. I will invite the chairman of the development committee, Edmond Tsoko, to give his final remarks and also thank the sponsors of today's evening. Fun?
Thank you, sir. It's always great to be the last person that's holding the meeting before going back, so I'll make sure this speech is no longer than 5 minutes. First of all, I'm here just to say a huge thank you. I think every time I hear the stories, and I was actually in Kosovo a year and a half ago when the first young lady, Anissa, spoke at a dinner we had with Ambassador Walker. And every time, and I've heard that conversation live, I've seen the video several times, and every time I hear the video, I get goosebumps. I get that because that's the work we're doing at AUK, and that's the access to education we're giving these young, talented students who wouldn't be able to afford this education without your support. Access to education has, for me, been personal since my college days. And I'm here today because of 2 people who stepped up right after I graduated high school and gave me full scholarships. And that person here is Richard Berman, who's the former president of Manhattan College, who heard my story and said, hey, we're gonna give this kid a full scholarship. Picks up the phone and calls a wonderful alumni based out of LA and tells the story, and she steps up and gives me a full scholarship for 4 years. And if it wasn't for that individual, I don't know where I would be today. So I want you to all think that every single dollar for every ticket that you purchased, for every sponsorship that came through, is going to individuals like that. We're changing their lives, we're changing the lives of their families, and we're also changing the trajectory of the country of Kosovo. So I want to say thank you to all of you, and in particular, I want to say special thanks to our sponsors. They came in and they helped out not only with donations, but also getting some of you here. So in particular, Richard Lukai, Ram Sami, and VIP Salon as our platinum sponsors. Abi Bank, RIT, thank you, has been a sponsor since day one and a partner since day one. Battaglione Atlantico, and we also have Meta Family, Jim Myers personally, and Mr. Yassici as well as our silver sponsor. So thank you again. With that said, now go back and enjoy some cocktails. We have some bags at the very end, so don't forget them. And thank you all. We'll see you soon.